Across the talk shows, find your own voice, lead from within. With me today, Claudia Passa and Robin Snow. Claudia, please introduce yourself to our audience.
For sure. Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Claudia Prischer. I'm an intuitive energy and a theta healer. And my gift is to identify the blocks which we have in regards to the goals we would like to achieve, and so that we can get the limitation by the root, identify it, change the limiting beliefs in regards to new empowering beliefs, so that we can go out again and create what it is we would like to have in our life.
Thank you so much, Claudia. Over to you, Robin. Please introduce yourself to our audience.
Sure, yeah. So my name's Robin Snow. I'm the owner and director of Glow Yoga Kids here in Edmonton. So we're a mobile kids yoga business that goes around to schools and daycares and a bunch of centers and all that great stuff, and teaches kids yoga and mindfulness. I'm also the author of 2 children's books that combine literacy and movement together to create kind of a movement-based learning platform. And as I mention every time, I also have a cat, and she will likely come across the screen today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Claudia. So our topic today is how to get over fear of going live on social media. And so we'll be talking about how you can basically work on your confidence, and we'll cover different things. So have you ever noticed more than ever that social media is the easy way to basically showcase your business, and there's the easy way these days. Some people, if you go on YouTube, you will see basically some people, they do live simple to socialize, not like talking about business. You'll find like there's some people who are just sitting there and they're socializing, and there are people who basically are happy to join that live and have a conversation because they are lonely. But some people, they want to do it, they want to go live, they want to go live on Facebook, they want to go live on Instagram, LinkedIn, all social media, but they're really, really scared. There's this fear of terrifying, and basically, so we'll be covering all that. And there's someone who left a comment basically on the page. They left a comment, so you guys need to talk about this comment and add. They said, when you believe in yourself, they believe that when you believe in yourself and the work you present to the world, then you'll be able to conquer the fears of going live on social media. So what do you guys think?
Go ahead, Claudia.
Okay, sure. Shall I talk about this comment just to say what it is I think? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, sure. I mean, yes, it's true, because as well, like me, 2 years ago, when I was just starting to be the coach, the healer, and so on, and to be as well online, I didn't have really as well to begin with the confidence in me as being the healer and the coach, and who am I to be there to teach people or to say something meaningful, all the stories. And obviously, but something what happened is, with time, I got more confident with every client and with every new book I read, every new self-development course. I practiced in regards to gaining more skills on how I can help people. And obviously today, compared to 2 years ago, I have much more confidence, and I believe as well more in me and my product as well. So yeah, it does make sense. Absolutely. It's just about the belief as well that you actually can help people. And helping people doesn't mean that we have to be all perfect and have done all the courses we planned to do. No, we just have to be like a step or two ahead of our ideal clients in regards to show them how we solved something in our life, and then we can teach this as well to others.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I agree with Claudia. Obviously, it has a lot to do with confidence, and building up that self confidence as well. I think that the more effort that you put in, the more that you'll get back, just like with anything. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess it's hard for me a little bit to fully get behind, what it means to be afraid to be online, because I've never really had an issue. And I don't know what that has. I don't know if it's just because I just am just feeling comfortable and it's fine and I don't really care how it's being received, I guess. I'm just like, this is me and this is what I have to offer. So if you want to listen, great. Um, so I've never really felt that like anxiety or fear of going online, but I can appreciate how, maybe someone who's never done it before, or like, for example, my partner doesn't really like being put on the spot. And so I can appreciate why someone who, doesn't really like the spotlight being on them, why, being online would be uncomfortable, and why it would be kind of awkward, and why there would need to be that kind of building of the confidence, and that continuously, like Claudia said, realizing what it is that you have to offer and what you have to share with the world, in your own confidence in what you're offering, because it's a bigger platform, right? It's definitely a bigger platform. More people have eyes on you when you're online. I guess for me, I'm like, I just don't see them. It's like I don't even look past the fact that I'm just sitting alone in my living room making, a video or whatever. I just don't see it. But yeah, if you're thinking about it on that global scale of all the people that could be watching you, then it can be very intimidating, especially if you're having that kind of like, oh, I'm not 100% sure how I want to come across or what I want to say. So yeah, so I mean, I feel like there's a lot of tips that I could share as far as like getting yourself ready to go online, but I'm going to leave it at that so Namsa can kind of go from there.
I agree with Claudia, and I also agree with this guy that left a message, Geoffrey. Um, Basically, you have to prepare and you have to believe in yourself, but at the same time, believing in yourself and preparing, if you've never done something before, it can cause anxiety, it can cause fear. Like myself, when I started broadcasting on social media, I didn't have experience, although I've been on stage for a very long time, but with music, speaking is completely different with the music. Uh, when you are a musician, you can walk, you can move, you can focus on different things. But with the speaking, with the emotions, you can use your emotions as well. But with the speaking, it's completely different. You have to use your emotions. You have to focus on your emotions completely for people to connect with you. And even though with the music is the same, but it's completely different. So for me, basically, there was that fear. Although I believed in myself, there was that fear. I started speaking outside before social media, and that helped. And then my business manager was like, I have to interview you on social media. And I was like, I've never done before. I've never done this before. And I remember when I was preparing the presentation, and I kept calling him, and he was like, Nomsa, calm down. Basically, he knew that I was basically, I had this fear basically, and worried whether my content was good enough. And he said, calm down, you'll be okay. So he realized straight away that I had this fear in me. But once I went live, he asked questions and we had a conversation. I was okay. What I basically expected in my head that is going to be, it was completely different. But it took me a long time basically to be comfortable. Even though I was confident, even though I'm a confident person, it took me a long time to actually be comfortable. If you look at my video, you can tell basically it was different then and it was different now. But at this moment, at this moment, like what Robin is saying, that she doesn't worry about anything. All she worries about is just to deliver what she has to deliver, the message. I feel the same as well. I don't really worry about how people gonna judge me. I just worry about changing somebody, impacting someone else's life anymore. But it took me a long time. Do you want to comment, Claudia?
No, that's really beautiful about you too as well, that you were more focused in regards to giving out the message and what you can offer. So this really helps because the motivation is important. And compared to Robin, I was petrified 2 years ago when I started to go online. I still remember when my very first videos on YouTube, I didn't do any lives. I recorded the videos and I had them over and over recorded until I thought it's perfect, And today I can laugh about this, about that version of me 2 years ago, because it's just like, I was petrified as well in regards to, oh my gosh, what if I go blank, or what if I say the wrong thing, or what if I get judged as well, by others. And I remember as well some of the Facebook lives, what if no one shows up as well, you go online and then it's like crickets, and then you still have to do the live and still talking to yourself. So I had all these experiences, but again, it's just like learnings. And something as well I realized recently, that every time we want to do something new, which is not in our norm, which is in our comfort zone, we will always feel a bit anxious or stressed or nervous about it. So this is really something I learned. It's so deep in me. And then because everything what you want is outside of your comfort zone, so and then you just still go and do the thing, even though if it's a bit nervous or fearful. So basically feel the fear and do it anyway, because on the other side you'd feel much better about it, and each time as well it gets better and better. It's like training the muscle. So
yeah, I agree. I think honestly the solution to getting good at being online is to just do it. And I know that that's like maybe really simplistic, but I feel like the more often that you go online, the more comfortable you're going to feel, right? And so like a couple of things that you can do, I think, before your first time, and I mean initially as well, like eventually you kind of get comfortable and you don't really have to have, as much preparation, but in the beginning especially, making sure that you're taking care of yourself in calming down some of the anxieties that might come up. So for example, being really confident in maybe the way that you look as well. So, taking care of your physical appearance, but not really worrying about how people are receiving that, because that's not important, obviously. Making sure you're preparing like maybe a mini script ahead of time, or having like an intro planned or something like that, something that you can kind of, how Nomsa actually introduces the talk shows every week. She has her little intro, and, that's kind of a consistent thing that brings everything together. So kind of having your intro, having your plan kind of ahead of time, practicing it out, making sure you feel comfortable with what you're planning on saying. And then, if you feel comfortable from there deviating from your plan, then that's also great, because it means that you're building that confidence as well. On top of that, I know that for me, the biggest maybe worry or anxiety for me is usually how my equipment's going to handle during the live or during the video or whatever that looks like, because as we know, living in a very technological world, technology isn't always reliable either. So that can be a little bit frustrating. So making sure ahead of time that you're like double checking your microphone and your camera and your Wi-Fi, so that when you go online, you're giving that really good quality, and you're not going to have any issues partway through where you're now stressed trying to figure out why your camera's not working or something like that. Making sure you've done all those tests ahead of time can really help to, I think, just curb that. Then you can just worry or focus on what it is that you're trying to get across. And then lastly, and maybe this is just my kind of yoga background, is making sure that you're relaxing yourself before you go online. So taking that time to like take a few deep breaths, maybe meditate, kind of center yourself, so that when you come online, you're speaking from a place of like truth, sincerity, and relaxation, right? You're not stressed, you're not anxious about it, you're just ready to speak. And I think with that, taking courses like Claudia said before, taking some courses, self-development courses, or maybe public speaking courses can be a huge benefit, because they're going to teach those skills. They're going to teach those skills, especially the online skills, because that's just the world in now. I will make a quick little side note that just because we live in a world where we do have lives and we do have, you know, a lot of online presence, that it's not necessary for everybody to do it. So I wanted to throw that in there, just because you might be like, oh, well, I need to because this is the way of the world. You don't actually need to. If you're really not the type of person and it's really uncomfortable for you and you don't feel like, you know, any kind of work or personal development is going to help you with that, then that's okay. And it's okay to be the type of person that doesn't go online or doesn't go live for things. Yeah, I just like to throw that out there because I think it's important to note that not everybody needs it also. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true actually, Robin. Not everyone wants to go live. Some people are not really comfortable. It's like I was listening to this video and this guy was saying, be okay when we were talking about the characters, saying be okay with your character. Some people want to be CEOs, enjoy lonely world, but some people just want 9 to 5. So I was saying, just be okay with who you are, as long as you're working on your character and that's what you want. Be okay with it instead of start comparing your life with somebody else. So going live, like Claudia was saying, sometimes we will feel anxious about doing things, and it's normal to feel that. There are some people like for me, basically. Going live, I think my basically my coach prepared me a lot, because as my coach, there were boundaries that this is what I expect when you go live. This is what I expect. It's like you have to be professional. And I've seen there are some people that I really, really admire, that I follow, that are really, really professional when they go live. But there are some people that will log in and they do live, and they will be playing music and doing a business live Facebook, doing a music, and they're basically talking to their families in the room, and the audience are asking questions, and they're like talking to the somebody else. And for me, basically, my coach was like, that is a no. When you have a family, yes, you, if children come, you can attend to them and say hi. You can't ignore them, but you have to be professional when you're doing live, because these people, they don't come here to be ignored. They come basically to for you to add value to them. And also, you spoke about physical appearance, Robin, and those were the things I was like, a physical appearance is a must. You have to basically appear. If you are selling something to somebody, they need to trust you, and people are just going to judge you by the way you look and stuff. So it was like, you have to have the right equipment, and you have to basically look after your physical appearance and work on your confidence. And I know there are some people, and going live, basically, if somebody is not confident, what you do is when you go live, like if you go to a business event, uh, you can start doing 2 minutes or 1 minute Facebook live, like to say I'm in this place, business event. You can just broadcast live there where you are for 1 minute or 2 minutes, wherever you go, just to get confidence. That's what I did as well. I got my confidence just by broadcasting other people's business. I'll be like, I'm here, this is so and so's event, and we are having fun, and they're talking about this 1 minute, and then I'll cut off, and some people come and join in and make a comment as well live. And that's what there's basically the advice that he gave me, that to basically try to be professional and not too professional. Some professional is boring. When people just like you become too professional is boring. And even the what is the guy from the um what is it called, the Oxfordshire, the TV company, when I won the award, when we won the award, that was last year. They said, Nomsa, we can tell that when we go to your YouTube channel, we can tell that you are doing the videos yourself. And we can connect that with your Instagram. And it was like, when we go to your Instagram, we can connect because it's your story. Whatever you post is your story, so we can connect with that. Your social media is different. Just try to keep it as unique as possible as well, not too professional, because too professional freaks me out as well. I need to be able to connect with you, but if you are too much, so I'm like, I lose that. Like Claudia and Robin now, they're professional, but it gives me a room to actually connect and just connect with you guys. So I think it does really help. And this guy left another comment as well. He wants us to discuss about what we think about his comment. Knowing the value of your post first always give many people confidence to post great, meaningful stories to their social media platform. What do you think about the value of the content that you post?
Mm. Yeah, actually, this is something I wanted to say. So funny,
Okay, yeah.
he was asking it. Something else before, in regards to going online as well. It's okay to say, I'm new to it. I feel a bit nervous. It's absolutely okay, because people on the other side, they love if we are being authentic and us, rather than just pretending to be someone else. And as well, what I do as well, I write down the notes as well. You know, it's okay as well to say, okay, I'm just looking at my notes. Rather say this than just looking awkwardly onto the notes, and then it just look awkward. So it's totally okay as well to mention, I have written something down and I'm just going to share this with you. Absolutely okay, you know. So it's just something as well I had to learn. And in regards to the post, I mean, there are some people out there who say you have to post, like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 times a week in regards to be out there to build your business and the brand. But again, is this the highest truth? You know, I don't believe so. It is just like some expert created this as an opinion for themselves. And then it is up to us if we buy into this truth or not. Because what works for me at this stage is that I post when I feel inspired, actually, as well, rather than I have to post 3, 4, 5 times a week. So what is good for me as well, when I'm inspired, or when I just had as well a client and we had a session, and through this session something came up I would like then to share with the audience outside. So these are the moments when I feel like inspired, I get the downloads, and this is when I'm aligned as well with my soul message, and then I go out. And for me as well, this creates a better, how do you say, connection or authenticity in regards to, I just post random posts and my heart is not really into them. How do you do it, Robin?
Yeah.
Victoria says hello, Robin.
Hi, Victoria.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Claudia. I think that posting when you're inspired, it makes a difference, right? It really does make a difference in how people receive the material as well. Like Namsa was saying, with that, you can tell that she was doing it on her own because it's authentic, right? And it's the same with anything that you're posting on social media. Authenticity wins, right? Even if you just think about your favorite creators, content creators. So like the first thing that comes to mind for me is like TikTok, just because there's a lot of different content creators on there, a lot of different styles. And the ones that I like the most are the ones that are authentic and are being themselves and are putting out there whatever it is that they, think and feel. And that to me speaks volumes, right? It's the ones that are like trying to sell you something or trying too hard that you're like, I'm not interested. I don't want to follow this person, right? So I think having something in mind, having, whether it's your field of work or your personal page or whatever that looks like, having something in mind, like kind of a topic or a theme that you're looking to put out there, right? And then just making sure that it's free flowing, authentic, like Claudia said. For me, with my social media, obviously, like I run a business as well. So there has to be kind of an even mix of like, we have these things going on versus, some inspired content. But I find even with the posts that are like, hey, we have this event happening, that it still comes from this place, even though, maybe it's not as inspired as like this beautiful poem that I just wrote, or like something that's, like a great tip for parents or something like that. It still comes from this place of like, I really love what I do and I just want to share it, right? And I just want people to feel that. And so regardless of me posting something about an event or posting something about whatever, I feel like people can really feel when I'm like also excited and passionate about it. And, I try not to think too much about how other people are necessarily going to respond to it. I'm like, this is what I'm feeling and what I want to share. And hopefully other people like it too. And I feel like when you look at social media through that lens, it makes it easier. It doesn't put as much stress. You're not chasing the likes, so to speak. Because if you're posting just for the likes, then you're going to be disappointed every time. Because there's always going to be people on social media that have more likes than you, right? It just happens. And so I feel like as long as you're happy with what you're sharing and it feels authentic and, inspired, then that's really all that you need. And people will eventually respond to that. You'll find your people, you'll find your niche, your audience, and they're going to respond to what it is that you're sharing. So I think having less stress about what you're posting and just posting what feels good and not trying to, just try and sell all the time, because that can feel really icky. I feel like it feels icky for us too when we're constantly trying to be like, come on, buy my stuff. That I feel like that never comes from a place of authenticity and inspiration. So yeah, just be chill with it. I don't know how to explain it more than that. Just being relaxed with what you're posting. So what do you think?
I actually agree with you guys and Claudia that basically you have to keep it authentic. Claudia was saying basically regarding to posting, do you have to post it every day? I think posting every day basically is for people to is to bring traffic to your website and bring traffic, so because people forget. So when you post every day, basically you're telling people that my business is still there, is still alive. because I've seen it with some social media. If I don't post, like they'll check me out. Is your business still is it still there? So I post basically every day, but over the weekend, I used to post 7 days a week, and I have someone that looks after Instagram, but only for traffic. I do all the posting myself because I like to keep it real. Like what Robin was saying, I like to, my feelings is like if you look at my personal page is basically what you see is what you get. That's how that's how I speak. That's how I, when I'm feeling good, or I just put a comment, or if I go somewhere and I feel that people are going to benefit with this, I just, or inspiring words, I just put them there because they've inspired me. Or if I read something that inspires me, I just put it out there, but in my own words. So I love to keep it real when I'm doing social media. That's why I'm struggling, like when somebody has to run my social media and they have to post on my behalf, people will tell that actually this is not Numsa, because you can tell I keep it real with all my posts. And there was another matchmaker, basically she made a comment that I feel that I've met you before because of how much you keep it real with your post. And that's how I feel about other people as well. There are some people on social media, I feel that I know them, but actually I've not met them, because when they post, it's like they post their life, their children, what they've been up to. I just feel that I'm part of that family. So it's nice to, even when you have a business, instead of selling direct to people, it's nice to actually just add value to people, so that they know that if they come to you to buy from you, they're gonna buy something that has value, because you're not selling direct to people. Like on my page before, when I started, I used to sell because I didn't know, but then I had to go and find someone on social media. I had to pay for their time for Instagram, just to give me advice on what to post, optimize my Instagram, and then give me advice what to post, what I shouldn't. And she explained to me that when you're posting, do this, do this, do this, but everything has to come from the heart. And also, when it comes to speaking as well, I was gonna go to and do the course with the Andy Harrington, but then every event that I went, and I started to actually single out, if somebody speaks on stage, I can tell that this one went to Andy Harrington's training. And even when I go on social media, when I do live, I can tell that this one went to Andy Harrington's training, and I got bored with it. I was like, I'm not gonna go to the training, but simply because of that, because I just, it's like with music, I went to tech music, vocal tech music. There are some singers, professional people who won the X Factor, who went to tech music school. I can't tell just by them singing that this one went to this. They have their own individual. You have to keep your own true authenticity. If anyone wants to take over, someone is at the door.
Sure. Robin, let me just see. Yeah. In regards to posting good content, I agree as well, because some of us might be as well a bit afraid in regards to when it comes to the selling and so on. So yeah, I'd say as well, post valuable content and give value to your audience, because when they become your fan and they rave about your free content and then wonder what they might think about your paid content. Okay, so just be generous and give free, valuable content. Absolutely. And then just you'd convert as well by itself. And one of the beliefs as well I had, and it comes up as well, there are so many coaches and healers, and everyone is out on social media as well right now. Why should I post? And why there are already too many people out there anyway. So this again, I realize it's just a limiting belief, just a story I keep telling myself, because on some level, there are always people in the world who resonate only with you. They are your people, and they're actually waiting for you to show up and to speak your message. And something else in regards to not only doing the posts only and to show up actually and to talk and to give a little live is good, because seeing one's body language and as well the way they sound, to hear the voice and as well to sense the energy as well is very important, rather than just posting pretty stock images and articles on social media.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, definitely, 100%. I feel like, yeah, I mean, I feel like you're right, absolutely, Claudia, about, people are waiting for you. Your people are waiting for you, right? And so there is a lot online, and it might take a little bit of time to find those people. I know when I first started social media, I had no idea how to do any of that, right? And, through the years of just like using it for business and using it for personal, starting to realize like, okay, yes, slowly but surely, people are going to find me. People are going to realize what I have to offer. And they come, right? And they come and they're there and they want to be a part of your, like Namsa said, your family, right? Regardless of if it's a business or not, they feel connected to you, especially if you're being authentic and you're self and you're out there to share, about your life or about whatever it is that you're doing. I think that that's really important, and it really does create that connection. I think about, again, I'm going to, reference TikTok again. There's so many creators on that app that like, I want to know about their day. Like I'd be happy just to sit there and listen to, what's going on in their life. Good, bad, doesn't matter. Because of the connection, the relationship that they've built with their viewers just by being themselves, right? And I think that, again, a lot of people really struggle to, find an authentic voice. But also I recognize that some people might not feel wholly comfortable sharing every little thing that's going on in their world, right? I find that, the difference between the average person and like a content creator is the content creator is literally that. They're sharing everything about their life, right? Which can be a really vulnerable place. And so kind of recognizing again that, you don't necessarily need to be that person. You don't have to be online and you don't have to share everything. But, when you do, recognizing that you have a power, you have a very strong power over the audience, and being careful as well how you're presenting and how you're sharing, because people are relying on you, right? When you really start to develop that platform and you're really sharing a lot of yourself, people begin to rely on you as a source of comfort, as a source of potentially mental health release or whatever that looks like, right? Like I know so many people online that they need those people in their life because it makes them feel safe, and that person provides some sort of service by sharing who they are and being authentic. So I think if you decide that, I want to go online and I want to be that person, that just recognizing that you have a power in that, right? And being, I don't even know if careful is the right word, but being aware of how you're sharing yourself online, and being aware of the influence that you might have once you start sharing that. Yeah, I'm going to kind of leave it there. I don't know if Namsa wants to add something.
Yeah, you have to be comfortable. I like what you're saying, Robin. You have to be comfortable sharing your whatever the content that you're sharing. And I've seen some people that I connect with as well. I get excited because when I'm watching their content, I'm learning something from them, how to share my content, and I'm learning how to be human as well at the same time. So I think, and like Claudia as well, you said you have to show up for your people as well. I think it's nice when you start doing lives, not worried, not getting worried or wind up about what people are gonna think. There's gonna be some people that are not going to relate to your content. That's fine, and not everybody else has to like you anyway. So
Mhm.
it's funny, you have to understand that. I think we had something where Shireen was getting bullied by someone saying she stole her content, which is we were talking like having a conversation. So I had to defend her for myself on Facebook. I was like, no, I had to contact Facebook, and I was like, we are having a conversation. If the words are similar and they come out similar, we are having a conversation. If we were like writing or something, but that this was a conversation, like we were having a conversation. So you've got to understand that sometimes there are people that are going to be jealous of what you do, and they're gonna come just because coming on social media and doing live is not an easy thing. For me, basically, I'm gonna tell somebody that who is doing it that I give them credit for doing that. And if someone comes and bully you, don't worry about them, because what you do and going live and changing people's lives. Because if you are talented and you have a voice that can lead someone to create their own voice, why not? Why hiding your voice? Why hiding your talent? Just show up. Like Claudia, there's a guy, what Claudia was saying, that you can show up and start reading or whatever, or write it down and read it. There's a guy actually, forgotten his name. I follow him and I like him so much. He started doing that, doing live. He was actually reading from writing down and doing lives and reading. Now he's no longer doing that anymore.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
he feels comfortable now. He's just doing life as normal. So it's nice for me to say
Mhm.
this journey. This is where this person began. It's really really nice. So
Mhm.
if anyone wants to do live, please guys, just get on with it. The equipment for doing live, and some people they think that you have to spend lots of money. You need a smartphone, but you need a good lightning. You need a smartphone, but even good lightning you can, for smartphone you can get it cheap on Amazon as well. So, and there are softwares that you can use to actually broadcast live, like OBS. OBS you can broadcast live on YouTube and all social medias. But you need, I try to connect it. It looks really, really good, OBS professional, but I tried. You need somebody who is really, really good with tech. I did set it up OBS, and then you have to go to, what's this, Skype? Is it Skype? Yeah, Skype. You have to go and connect it to Skype, and then it connected all your social medias. I did try it. He let me broadcast once, and then I come back. I found OBS in pieces. It's still in pieces, and I was like, "Oh, how do I put these pieces together?" Then it's like a puzzle. They've gone like pieces. The other thing is gone that way, and the other thing, and I was like, "Okay, you know what? I'm gonna stick to my Zoom and restream." So you can broadcast for those who want to go on social media and start doing lives and they're making excuses about equipment. You can get your smartphone, a good iPhone or a good Android, whatever phone that you have that has a good camera. The actual phones have a better camera than laptop or than the cameras that you buy. They are really good smartphone. When you broadcast, they have a good lightning, and your message, practice your message as well. And if you are somebody who is already a coach, you don't need to practice the message because you already know what you're doing. Basically, is what you talk about, how you help your clients. That's what basically you need to do. When I'm talking about relationships, I don't have to practice or think about this. Only thing I need to do is do some research properly, so I give the right message for myself and for other people. That's what I do. I do research, and so I know what I'm talking about, and so I give the right information, and I make sure I look presentable, and when I'm on camera, and everybody else, all the coaches, they do that at Ngozi talk shows. Everyone always look presentable, and that's the only thing. Anything else they need, Claudia?
Yeah, well, like a little tip as well, something I did as well, and I still like to be doing as well. Sometimes it's a collaboration as well. If you're a yoga instructor, just like find someone, not the same niche, maybe something similar, and then you do a joint live. You pick a topic and then you share so that you can get like their followers and the other way. So this is as well a good option to do a collaboration online with someone.
Yes. Oh, yes, that's such a good point, Claudia. I feel like even in everyday, like, removing the live, removing the online aspect, like just in your everyday, especially if you're starting out and you're building that confidence. I remember when I first started and I decided like, okay, I'm going to collaborate with some people. I'm going to try this. And I remember thinking, there was one person in particular. I remember thinking, this person is so qualified. They are so smart. They've done all this amazing stuff. They're not going to want to collaborate with me because I'm new. I have nothing to offer, right? And I had to really get over that fear of just reaching out to them. And the minute that I did, it was like so well received. Absolutely want to collaborate. And it brings this, like, especially as a new person, it brings this sense of credibility to you as well. So having somebody that you know is experienced and, has a very strong following or, a very, varied background or whatever that looks like, bringing them on, whether it be online or in your personal work as a collaboration, is such a powerful tool to use. And it really helps to build your confidence as well, especially when you're doing this give and take kind of like we're doing, and you make some good points, right? So let's say you put something out there and you're like, oh, you know what? That was really good. I felt like I was on the same level. It just kind of juices you up, builds up your confidence as well. So I think you're absolutely right, Claudia. Using collaboration is probably one of the easiest and best tools that you can use in order to really kickstart that confidence and go without any fear, for sure.
Yeah, and also like what you just said, Robin, anyone who is overqualified, they know where they've been. Anyone who is nice, basically, they know where they've been, and to them, whether they have big following or they don't, it doesn't matter to them. What matters is just to appear and help out and gain and basically empower more audience, empower people. That's what they care about, is to save. And for me, basically, it's like if someone was to say, there's a girl that she was my client, and then she went and did a Tony Robbins course, and now she's a basically dating coach. And every time I pop in and check on her and watch her videos, because she's good at what she does. And sometimes she goes, "Why are you bothering watching me?" I'm like, I love watching you because you're good at what you do. So she's like, I always wonder why would Nomsa waste her time and come and watch. I'm like, I'm not wasting time. Just because I started business before you, it doesn't mean that I'm not allowed to watch you or I shouldn't have time to watch you. I'm learning from you and you learn from me as well. So that's how I see life, that when I watch someone, I don't watch them just because they just started. And mostly The people that have been in the business for a long time, they relax. So things change all the time. So it's the ones that become good, is the ones that are catching up to basically to those who have been in the industry for a long time. They are competitors. It's like now we've been on gossip talk shows for a long time. I don't see that way myself. So when I mostly on LinkedIn, when I see somebody, some people like you, like what you were saying, Robin, who have a big following, they actually get in touch with me. They're like, Nomsa, you've not been started your talk show for a long time, like on Instagram or YouTube. How do you get audience? And they're like, because when we started, it was tough. And I'm like, just I'm up, I just appear every single day. And also when I post, I don't really post for likes. I have to like my post myself first. I always press like. So I post my post for somebody to read it, just one person to read it, and it changes somebody else's life. Yeah, I basically don't post for likes or views. And when we post it, there are some people on Gossip Talk shows that left. But what they didn't know is when they were broadcasting, there were people that were messaging me private saying, after we do live, they'll message me private and they'll be like, you change these girls, these coaches change my life. This is what I'm doing. There was a girl actually, she was actually divorcing, and within a short of time she followed us. Within a short of time she sent me a message saying, I've done this course, I've done this course, I've done this, I've done that. Because of other coaches that goes to talk shows, when they speak, you should just listen and go and implement. So that's what you need. It's just empowering people and changing people's lives. Life are just likes. Sometimes I go on Instagram or social media to like people's posts. Uh, like every single day I go and read people's posts and I read it and I like it. But because it's someone's birthday special, and I'm like, wow, it's someone's birthday, I like it. So, and I like someone, like when I see a content for business, I like it. And then I got back to it. I save it on my phone. Then I got back to it. If it's something that is really, really useful, if I don't have the time, I don't just view things for viewing. I just save it on my phone and then I got back to it. So if you do a broadcasting, don't worry about people not not viewing your videos, because somebody else, that video will change somebody else's life. There are some people that I've never met on social media and they've changed my life. I've never met them, but they have no clue how much they've changed my life. And gossip talk shows, their coaches, just by listening to them, I use the advice, implement, and they've changed my life. So you never know what your content will do somebody. You have the courage, do it. Any words of encouragement, Claudia?
Yes, absolutely beautiful words. Exactly. And share your message and don't underestimate as well your message. Yeah. Share it with the world. And something else I was just Googling, because I remember there is this post, be brave enough to be bad at something new. I've seen this some time ago. I loved it. Okay. Be brave enough to be bad at something new, and just take it playful as well. How Robin showed us actually as well. Just playful and yeah, not too serious as well, I say. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my last words of encouragement, I mirror what you both just said. And on top of that, just honestly, just do it. The more that you do it, the easier it will be. And, I think that's the best way, right? Like Claudia said, like, it's okay to make mistakes, right? And that's fine. Just keep doing it. That's all.
Yeah, just have the courage, basically, just to go for and empower people. If you have a good message, why hide it? So, and also we do things for reason. And for me, I have had experience where I watch someone's video And then it changes my life completely, how I think about life or how I view the world. So if you have a message out there, just share it with somebody, with the world. Do live on your phone. It doesn't matter, like Claudia's message. Do something bad, and then tomorrow it will be good. If you are bad, you just do it. And there's a guy, actually, he works with Andy Harrington. He does videos. He's the one that showed me that professional videos, people get bored of them. He says when you're making a video, don't do it, make it so professional that when people see it, they see that you took your time on it. Make it professional. The message, it has to be professional, but don't worry about the video. Just post your video. Let people see your message. It was like, what is important is what's in the video, not the actual video. Like, people spend loads of money wanting to make it professional. So just do what you do best. And we are here at Ngozi Talk Shows Monday to Friday, 1 p.m. UK time. Please follow us on our social media, or if you want to find your own voice, lead from within, get in touch with our coaches and YouTube family subscribers. Please watch our video and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We appreciate you and we love you. Have a beautiful weekend. God bless and live with grace.